Hello and welcome to Carousel. So today I'm going to compare 3 different magazine pouch, and on the left it is by G-Code, and this is by HSGI, and this by Esstac. So I have used all 3 pouch before, and I have used them on my belts as my speed reload pouch. And if you just want to know which one is the best out of the 3, at the moment I'm using the G-Code, so this one is the best for me in all 3. So you can end the video right here. So in terms of pricing, the G-Code without the attachment is 23 bucks, and the high-speed gear is 33, and the Esstac is 24. But if you're adding some kind of attachment at the back, this one will cost 30 bucks. So this one will stay 33 because it already came with the 2 plastic strap. And the Esstac, currently I'm using the menace clip, so it will add up to 27 bucks. So it's 27, 30, and 33. So they're within a few bucks of each other, so I would say they're pretty much the same in terms of pricing. As for color, the Esstac has the most variation of color they can choose from. They have up to 18 different patterns, and they're also covered with fabric, so it will match your vest and your camouflage overall gear a lot better than these 2. Now the high-speed gear and the G-Code, they both have 4 major colors, which is black, green, tan, and gray. And the G-Code has 2 more configuration, which is a 2-tone. So this is one of the 2-tone, and the other one I think is the tan and green. So in terms of blending in the environment, I would say the Esstac is the best because it's already a fabric, and you have like things like multicam and different camouflage pattern. And next is this G-Code. The G-Code frame is a hard plastic material. The centerpiece is a soft rubber, and this material is the same one that they use on the car windows sealing rubber. So it's a very durable material. And the last camouflage one I think is the high-speed gear. As you can see, it reflects like quite a bit in comparison to the G-Code because it is a whole hard plastic case. So in terms of retention, all 3 of them can be adjusted by a little bit, and the high-speed gear and the G-Code are adjusted by the strap tightness. And for the Esstac, you can take out the Kydex insert and use a hot air gun to adjust the shape for a tighter or loosened grip. And if you tune the retention to the tightest will be the Esstac, then followed by the G-Code, then the HSGI. As for the retention, the G-Code does a little bit better simply because of the soft rubber. It has a little bit more grip than the hard plastic. But on the other hand, if you talk about a smooth jaw, you can get the smoothest jaw with the HSGI. Once again, because it is a hard plastic, so you can pull this out with a sturdy pull force, and also the same with the G-Code. It's a little bit tighter, but you can also pull it out smoothly. And as for Esstac, the shape of the Kydex insert is kind of going inward. So the Esstac is really tight to a point where you pass over the Kydex and you can release the magazine. So it's not as smooth jaw in comparison to these 2. And also because of that, your belt will have a bigger movement than these 2 because sometimes you're forcing it back in or you're forcing it out. So next is the attachment. On the high-speed gear, this plastic strap is good for both belt and molly. So for molly, here you simply just go through everything and just snap to the lock in here. And for belts, you want to screw in the hole here to have a 2-inch gap, so it will fit any belts up to 2-inch. But it's really tight in 2-inch, so I would say the best would be 1.75-inch belt. And then G-Code has the most attachment. In here you get the R1, they have also the R2 for operator belts such as my wooden, and also they have the R3 for normal belts, and they have a couple more different attachments, and can also attach the G-Code vertically, horizontally, or at 45 degrees. And the HSGIs can also attach sideways or vertically. And on the Esstac, you can only attach this vertically, and you can either get a WT fixed strap, so this is good for molly, or you can get one of the belt clip, which is good for belts. But I found that the menace clip is pretty good for molly and for belts. So for belt setting, you want to have the menace clip on the first 2 molly over here, so you can fit a 1.75-inch belt in here. And for molly, you can't really breathe in and out, so you just go all the way down and then just clip it back in here. As for adjusting the retention, both the G-Code and the high-speed gear can be adjusted by tightening or loosening the bungee cord. And when the bungee cord gets worn out, you can simply replace a new one. And for the Esstac, you can't really do it on the spot. You have to go get home or get somewhere with the electricity, and you have to plug in the hot air gun in order to adjust the retention of the Kydex. And all 3 of them are stackable at some point. In here you can see my G-Code. I have stacked a pistol magazine with a rifle magazine, you can do the same with the high-speed gear. And Esstac is the only one that you can stack 2 rifle magazines. As you can see, you have 2 columns of multi in front, which you can stack pretty much infinitively. And at the end, you can also stack a pistol pouch, and you get 2 mag pistol pouch in opposed to 1. So in terms of carrying capacity with a same space, I would say the Esstac can carry the most magazine. And in terms of different types of mags, because of the elastic bungee on the high speed and the G-code, these two can fit 7.62 magazine also, but the Esstac can only fit 5.56 magazine. So in conclusion, if you want the most camouflage pouch and the best retention for magazine, in case you have like GBB magazine which is quite heavy and you're afraid of dropping it, then the Esstac is for you. And if you want something simple and durable with the attachment already came with the pouch and with the smoothest, quickest draw and retain magazine, then the high-speed gear is for you. Somewhere in between, and if you like two-tones like me, then you get the G-code, or if you prefer to have your mag pouch at like 45 degrees angle or different kind of attachment for different places, then the G-code is for you. So this is it for the quick comparison on the G-code, the HSGI and the Esstac pouch, and I'll see you guys next time.